So, another day, another vlog. Welcome ulit sa panibagong upload. Unang-una gusto lang natin magpasalamat sa mga bago nating subscribers, no? Bago tayo mag-umpisa sa video natin for today. Welcome sa ating channel, Milagan1. Maraming salamat sa pag-subscribe and welcome sa aming munting channel, Mr. Bananas. Thank you din kay Kerwin Flores, kay Apple the Asis Garcia, kay Marilyn S. Thank you and welcome sa channel, Andrea Jedge TV. Dito sa subscriber natin na Japanese yung font. Ito yung kanyang channel. Thank you sa pag-subscribe. Hindi ko lang alam kung paano siya basahin pero welcome, no? Kay Jeffrey Faranial, kay Gerson Villarico, thank you for subscribing. Sam S, kay Cesar Salire, Ashok Clayland, kay Orlando, kay Louis Carlos. Thank you so much. Kay Paul Jairem. Thank you din kay Richie Magbanwa, BC Heating Pinoy. Thank you so much. Kay Solo Flight 1975, kay Dax Ram 1, kay Jaja, at saka kay Rodolfo Samson. Maraming salamat din kay Aiki Coronel. Welcome din sa Happy Living 888 Vlog. Thank you so much for subscribing sa ating channel. Malaking tulong, no? Malaking bagay sa amin na nagsasubscribe kayo sa aming channel. So for today's video, no, mamaya-maya lang ihahatid na natin si Clark sa daycare. And then update ko kayo kung ano na ba yung mga developments. Medyo matagal-tagal na hindi tayo nakapag-upload ng vlog. Dahil medyo naging busy, ang daming developments, lalo na doon sa ating application sa trabaho. So, update ko kayo sa mga pangyayari na yan. Kung ilang interview na ba yung na-schedule natin. And then, i-share ko na rin sa inyo kung ano yung mga katanungan na naitanong sa akin ng mga public sector companies. Para sa ganun, magkaroon kayo ng idea kung ano ba yung dapat nyong paghandaan during the interview. At kung halimbawa gusto nyo naman mag-apply ng any position sa public sector, is makakatulong sa inyo to na mapaghandaan tong mga gantong klaseng tanong sa field na gusto nyo applyan. Magandang umaga, TV fam. So today, kasama natin si Clark. Ihahatid natin siya sa kanyang school dito sa number 4 road. And then after that, gawa tayo ng mga errands natin for the week. So naihatid na nga natin si Clark. So kinausap ko rin yung teacher. Kasi last Friday, nung pagsundo namin kay Clark, parang napansin kasi namin, kasi every after school, pagkasundo namin kay Clark, diretso siya kagad sa washroom para maligo, para alam mo yun, mawala yung virus or whatever na meron doon sa school. During naliligo siya, napansin namin nagkakati siya, and then nung nakita ko yung arms niya, pati yung legs niya, maraming parang pantal. So parang mga bug bites. So in-email na nga ni Joyce yung teacher kanina, and then finalo up ko din para lang at least make sure na aware sila and to monitor. So kaya nga ngayon, although medyo lumalamig na naman yung panahon, pinag-hoodie namin siya tsaka naka-long pants siya para at least maprotektahan naman yung balat ni Clark, kasi nga ang daming kagat ng insekto. So i-monitor daw nila, sabi ng teacher. And then sasagot daw sila sa email, mag-make sila ng feedback kasi aalamin din nung parang principal ng school kung merong bang mga other students na naka-experience ng ganon. And then sabi din nung principal na on a daily basis naman, they spray daw yung mga beds na ginagamit nila pag natutulog. So yun lang, just wanted to provide an update kasi nga yun din yung isa sa mga medyo problema din, kasi pagka halimbawa they're sharing yung mga things sa school, yan, prone yan sa mga ganyan. So anyway, yun lang, gusto ko lang ma-share din sa inyo kung ano yung recent na pangyayari na na-experience namin. Pagas tayo. Ayan ang gas ngayon, 173.9. Pag nagpapagas nga pala kami, since nasa Richmond tayo, no? And wala naman tayong malayong pinupuntahan. Ang ginagastos ko sa full tank, around $85 to $90. Ano na yun? Umaabot na yun ng 1 month, more or less. Or even more at times, kung hindi kami gumagala or lumalayo dito sa Richmond. Pero at times nga, lumalampas pa more than 1 month. So yun yung budget namin for gas over the weekend. Isa lang naman sasakyan ang ginagamit namin, hindi naman kami nagdadalawang sasakyan. Yung nagdadalawang sasakyan kami pag ginagamitan talaga on a weekday, pag nag-work. Yung work ni Joyce malapit lang, it's a 3-minute drive or 10-minute walk, so talagang malapit lang talaga. And then ako dati naman remote ako, kaya hindi din ako masyadong umaalis. So tinanggal ko yung parang pinaka-cover ng aming lalagyanan ng soap. Kano yung katalas nililinis yung compartment na to? Parang ako, this is the first time na tinanggal ko siya. Kasi medyo nagkakaroon na ng build up kapareho na to. Yan o. Ito nyo yan. So, dapat wala yan Nagsubok kasi kami gumamit ng powder na detergent na hindi namin nagustuhan kasi nga nagkakaroon ng ganyang residue. Ayan, so linisin lang natin siya. Pero kayo, how frequent yung lilinis yun sa inyo? Meron ba kayong regular routine na sinusunod para ma-make sure nyo na malinis tong part na to ng washing machine? Well, ngayon ko lang naman napansin dahil nga naglalaba tayo at nakita natin medyo nagkakaroon na siya ng discoloration. So, linisin na muna natin to. A couple of updates lang para lang at least meron akong ma-share sa inyo. Based doon sa paghahanap natin ng trabaho, ang target nga natin is to be in the public sector. You know, merong mga openings, pero yung mga openings in terms of doon sa position na hinahanap natin, maraming openings. Kung hindi ka talaga picky, pero syempre gusto natin somewhat mag-upgrade in a sense. Hindi naman sa lahat ng aspeto ng let's say pay or benefits, you know, pwede tayong mag-compromise. Pero based on the available vacancies doon sa role na hinahanap ko, parang tatlo lang yun talagang nagkaroon ng spark sa interest natin. So nag-apply na tayo doon sa tatlo. We are on the waiting stage, you know. And one good news is that kasi pag public sector, normally yan, they would have to wait until mag-close yung posting. Let's say ang deadline ng parang posting nila is, let's say, on the 30th. On the 30th, doon pa lang nila i-review lahat ng mga submissions ng kanilang application para doon sa role, and then i-shortlist nila yon. So far, doon sa ating mga na-applyan na tatlo, meron ng isa kasi nagka-close na siya noong August 15. I guess that was the end date ng pagtanggap ng application. Nakakuha na tayo ng email that we are being invited for an interview, which is a good thing. So ngayon, we're in the process ng review or naghahanda na tayo para sa ating interview that will happen this week. Bigyan ko kayo ng feedback, siguro as a next step is i-share ko sa inyo kung ano ba yung mga typical questions na tinatanong nila during a job interview sa public sector para sa inyo na nandito sa Canada or papunta pa lang sa Canada. Kung gusto nyong mag-apply sa public sector, at least makatulong kahit papano, no, yung information na pwede nating ma-share. So later on, magpapa-dentist lang tayo. In-advise na rin ako, no, sabi ko nga nung sa benefits natin, supposedly covered pa rin siya, pero at this point in time, I think yung dental ko hindi na siya mako-cover. For the reason na hindi siya part ng 30-day window. We will be paying a portion of it dahil hindi na nga tayo fully covered. Kasi before, Yung benefits namin ni Joyce, nagko-cover niya 100% lahat ng mga dental requirements namin or ng pamilya namin, no? So wala kami totally binabayaran. But for this instance, meron tayo akong babayaran na around $40+, which is not bad. Pero hopefully, you know, pag nakalimutan tayo yung trabaho, balik na tayo sa dating gawin na wala na tayong babayaran, supposedly para sa mga ganong serbisyo na kailangan natin every 6 months. Okay, TV fam, so countdown till the interview. 6 minutes, and then mag-uumpisa na. Hindi ko na i-disclose ang company, pero isasama ko kayo sa pag-interview ko para at least magkaroon kayo ng idea kung ano ba yung mga questions na tinatanong nila sa public sector. Para lang magkaroon kayo ng, insight. For some, maybe information na medyo sensitive, i-blur out ko na lang or ikakat ko para na sa ganun, ma-maintain natin yung confidentiality. Hello? I can hear you, yes.
You can...
And you can see us?
That is correct.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
John, nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
I'm the manager of purchasing.
Program manager purchasing.
We're going to go through a series of technical, behavioral, and scenario-based questions. We ask you to be clear and concise, complete, and we're particularly interested in what you did in a particular situation, because we're ultimately assessing and understanding, what you have done. So we may have questions, tell us about a time, this kind of thing. Try and avoid using the same examples if possible. Try and use more recent examples. If we're unclear, feel free to ask us to repeat a question or try to clarify it. If you'd like a bit more time, we can park a question, come back to it at the end of the interview, and we'll also ensure we set aside some time to ask Julia and myself any questions that may be on your mind. Do you have any? Yeah, is that good? Do you have any questions before we begin?
Nope. We can actually start.
So, can you tell us a little bit about you? Explain why you feel your experience today makes you a good fit for the position that you've seen advertised. Obviously you're working in private sector. This position is public sector. I was a bit surprised to see your resume because it's a big shift. What motivated you to apply for the position? I appreciate the candidness of your answer. I guess I was also curious the fact that you've only been at for about
close to 2 years.
A year and 7 months.
Correct.
Yeah, coming up. So very short time. So, and I think our knowledge is to be an excellent organisation and one of these employers of choice in the region. So curious as to why you attempted to consider a career elsewhere. Fair enough. Thank you, John. We're going to write some notes, so don't be concerned if there's a gap between the questions.
I'm ready to go.
100%.
So you started talking about your RFP processes, so that's kind of why I wanted to stop you so you could actually use it for one of the other questions, and here's one. Using a past example of a significant RFP procurement process that you personally facilitated, can you explain the steps that you undertook and describe the outcomes that resulted from the process?
What I want to know is what was the outcome of the process? So you did this, you aggregated the requirements, you advertised, that you shortlisted, you fired out your RFP at the shortlisted proponents using SAP Ariba. I get all of that. So what was the outcome?
I'll go to the next one.
Okay.
An internal client has asked for assistance from you to create a... Was that me? That's you. Okay. to create a scope of work that will be used to procure the services of a management consultant or just any sort of consultancy. So what advice would you give them regarding information that they should include or describe when developing their scope of work? So what kind of things need to get added to a scope of work?
Next question. This role is primarily required to support the IT department. However, it may be required to also support other parts of the city as well, depending on workload and the nature of the procurement. But, you started to talk about this a little earlier in our interview about procurement of IT-related services. So, we're interested to know your experience with IT procurement and what you see as some of the current challenges when you're, going out into the market and looking for, whether it be goods, IT-related services, licenses, systems, getting challenges around that. Before we leave this question, if you had any experience leading an RFP process for a new system where there's multiple service providers, but a new IT system of some sort.
I cut you off when you were going to talk about your real estate development portfolio. Maybe there was an example there because you were going to talk about it from an IT lens. Do you have familiarity with public sector procurement landscape? It's as you know, it's different. Would you be able to identify any issues or challenges that potentially public procurement departments are experiencing now? Do you know like anything about like trade agreements or anything like that?
Yeah.
Maybe in your SCMP or SCMA or.
Next question. What are the important factors you consider when you're planning an evaluation process resulting from an RFP? John, is there any other things that you think about when you're planning that evaluation process?
Tell us about a situation where you had a conflict with an internal client. What was the situation and why did the conflict arise? How did you handle it? And, looking back on the situation, what did you learn or potentially what would you do differently?
So what we're going to do, we're going to jump ahead. John, do you have questions for us for this one?
As a matter of fact, I do. I know we do have 3 minutes left. Maybe just a quick one.
We talked a lot, but that's okay. You go ahead.
In terms of the culture or the team dynamics, would you be able to share how many team members are we looking at in the procurement? How does the day-to-day look like for a role? Yeah, thank you. And maybe another question would be, in terms of next steps, when you, let's say, are interested in a particular candidate, what would be the next steps? And also, the previous, would you be able to share how long he or she had stayed in that particular role? Did he or she moved up or?
John, lovely to meet you.
Yes, thank you.
Give us plenty of food for thought.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you as well. Pleasure meeting you, both of you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Have a good day.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So that's it, folks. Natapos ang ating interview. 6 to 7 minutes, more than an hour. We'll see how it goes. As a matter of fact, after nung interview natin na yan, at around 5 p.m., nagdi-dinner kami, nakakuha ko ng tawag doon sa nag-interview sa atin. At iniimbitahan tayo na i-meet yung kanilang director for another set of interview na ini-schedule naman natin the following week. Things are moving along Titignan natin kung saan ba talaga tayo papapadpad. Pagdadasal natin yan maigi nang sa ganun makapagdesisyon tayo kung ano ba talaga ang mga opportunity na kukunin natin habang nandito tayo sa proseso ng pag-i-interview sa mga companies na nasa public sector. Kung nakaabot kayo sa parte ng video na to, maraming salamat ulit. Kung hindi pa kayo subscriber ng ating channel, click nyo na yung subscribe button, yung notification bell, pati i-share nyo na rin at mag-comment down below kayo kung meron pa kayo mga katanungan tungkol sa buhay namin dito sa Canada. So, maraming salamat sa panonood. Magkita-kita tayo ulit sa susunod nating upload. Paalam!
City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love the city